Episode 4.
Yeah.
What's happening?
We here.
What's good?
All right. It's the FastBreak Podcast. And we are missing one today. And that's Tim, but he'll be back hopefully next week. And how y'all feeling today, man?
Feeling pretty good.
Feeling good, man.
Excited, man. Let's go. Really good.
Let's get it. I want to get straight to it.
Yeah, let's get straight to
Let's
it.
always get straight to it.
All right.
What they say, straight, no chasing.
Yeah.
Straight, no chasing. All right. Before we do that, really quick, my gym tomorrow opening 3:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Barkham's Fitness Club. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Been a journey. A few months. Yeah, man. And Lord willing, we'll just expand from there.
Heck yeah.
Free admission, right? We get free admission.
Free admission, actually, yeah.
And I ain't
But to
boxing
work
for
out,
that.
it is $35 a month or $15 for the day. You're more than welcome to stand and watch. All right. Anybody want to pull a name?
Go ahead.
All right.
Let's go do the honors.
All right.
Oh, man. Mr. Taco Fall himself. 7-2, 7-3?
Oh, who are we talking? I was talking to somebody yesterday about Taco Fall.
Yeah, it was me.
It was Caleb, yeah. Yep.
Taco Fall.
UCF.
I think Caleb
maybe-
said yesterday he was
maybe-
trash.
Yeah, they be clowning Taco Fall, man,
They-
for some
they do.
reason.
From what I seen, I haven't seen him play too much.
Yeah.
Like he looks like he really tries to go out and give it his all, but
Yeah, I just don't know.
I don't.
I don't think he's not getting
The opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting an
Oh,
opportunity.
he's had opportunities, guys.
No,
I
he
just
hasn't.
don't
Where's he
know.
Brad
at right
Stevens?
now? Is he in Cleveland?
Yeah, it's in Cleveland.
He's in Cleveland right now.
I mean,
right?
he was in the Celtics.
Yeah.
Brad Stevens did not play him.
Nope.
Yeah.
At all.
Brad Stevens did not play him at all. He didn't believe in him.
He actually was making mockery out of him, if you ask me. You know, like
Put him in
the
the
crowd.
last. You put him in like that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
man.
it was a
They see
mockery.
him
That's
as
all it was. It was a joke. It
Man,
was a
they
hype
see
man.
him as a circus hat.
Right. That's Calvin
that's it.
Cambridge from Like Mike.
Yeah,
it
bro,
is
that's
amusing
bad,
to see that tall guy, whereas Bow Wow and Like Mike was the short guy and
Yeah.
his age. Like, that's not cool.
It's not
it's
cool,
not.
man.
That man's 7'6".
That's why I say I think he gives it his all when he goes out, but I've never seen him in without just 3 minutes left on the clock or something. And they getting blown out. So
Oh,
it's
at the
like,
rim, he's right there.
Taco.
Yeah.
They giving away free tacos when he just touches the floor.
that's crazy.
It's a circus
That's
act,
crazy.
man. He's a
Yeah.
circus
Yeah.
act. That's not fair to him.
Like I'm gonna give it to him because he's in the NBA, so of course he can hoop.
Right.
You got to be able to hoop a little bit.
And
He
he
was
was
at
doing this
UCF.
thing at UCF.
Yeah. So,
I was doing this thing.
but he just got to find that system that give him a chance.
Did they beat Duke?
No.
No.
They didn't beat Duke?
No.
But I think it went down to the wire, that game.
I think we won. I can't say. I can only assume that we won by like 6 or 7. I don't know.
What's his name, son? Missed the tip in. Remember that?
Who?
From UCF. The coach's son. I forgot his name. Was it Andre Jones or something like that? No, I don't know his name. I don't know
I
his
think I
name.
knew you talking about. It was somebody. The coach's son
It was
did.
the coach's
does
son that
play
missed
for
the tip of
for,
it. UCF.
That play for, okay.
Yeah. It was a good game. Don't get me wrong, Taco. I mean,
Like I said,
Zion
I
was trying to
remember
get that
Zion was
dunk.
trying,
He was
but-
trying to dunk on him the whole entire game, but
that won't happen.
So do you think he could end up being like another Hassan Whiteside, like finally getting that opportunity to do all right, get one big deal, and then
But like you said, the right system.
Yeah.
Which team is going to give him the opportunity? Because
That's
Cleveland
what's
right
all
now has what?
Yeah.
Cleveland has who in the middle? Is it what's his name?
Evan Mobley's
Mobley.
not coming out of the
Mobley,
game.
and who was the other? Who was the other one as well?
I don't know who the other.
what's the dude that be getting baptized by
Jared
Josh
Allen.
Collins?
Jared
Jared
Allen.
Allen, yeah.
There it is. Jared Allen.
Yeah, he's not getting burned over there.
He's
That's
not
what I'm
known
saying.
as
Gotta get the
Jared
burn.
Allen. He's known as the
Baptismal.
guy Collins owns. What is it?
Oh,
John?
Collins owner.
Yeah,
I just feel like the teams that would allow him to be able to be in that system would probably be a team that's under 500 every
yeah.
season.
See, if I'm a player that's looking for an opportunity, I might go to a bad system in the
have to,
NBA because you got
Sean.
to right now.
Yeah.
Like
That's the only way.
if you want to get your numbers up and just get that one big deal, you might have to take an L and go to a bad system.
I don't know, man.
I feel like if you're not a top draft pick though, it's hard other places unless you what's the it just slipped my mind.
European basketball is not bad,
No, yeah,
Just
that's not
like
bad either.
from what you see, what they produce. European basketball has given us Greek, He was an MVP, giving us Luka. I'm talking about in these last few years, you know.
But that's the thing with the NBA, though. The NBA kind of snaky because they'll take European players that's doing well in the league, but they won't take American players that go over and play well. You don't see too many of us coming back into the league like with the hype like a European player.
But a European player has been pro for how long, though?
Yeah.
And I, you know, like
Since they were 14, 15.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
seeing it firsthand, man, it's wild, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you had draft pick or draft stock, and now you found yourself funneling through the G League, you know, you can go overseas, you know, probably get you a contract, maybe 60,000 or so. Next season you cook, now you at 200, you know, and that's American, and you're living over there. I had a guy that when I was a freshman, he played. Next thing you know, he's in another country. He's a millionaire.
Yeah.
You know, so take that route. That option is a good route to feed your family.
Yeah,
That's
if
a
you
way
just
to
wanna live.
You know. So the NBA not always the final answer for a Taco
Yeah.
Fall. He can go to another country and just
Yeah,
Absolutely.
hey, shout out to Steve Pledger. I just saw he got signed again.
He got signed again. Yeah, I saw that. Shout out to Steve.
Wow. Where did you sign?
It was somewhere in Greece.
It's somewhere in Greece, something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
he got
Chris
signed.
I know he was in Mexico for
Mexico.
a while.
Yeah.
yeah, y'all remember Crisco too. He just bounced back from his Achilles, bounced back, good recovery. He got signed again too, man. He's still playing. So
Good
that's
stuff.
tough.
Good
You
stuff.
know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sco.
Yeah, and to be short on it, before we move to the next name, these guys are our age. You know, we're not young no more. Like,
Yeah. Pros. Like we
Pros.
know pros
Yeah.
that's
It's
been
still
playing
going.
since kindergarten.
right?
Yeah.
They're pros.
I think in the NBA, you're starting to be looked at as going downhill, and to still be at it at a high level.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
And we know them.
And we know them. That's
It's
personal.
more
That's
personable.
tough.
Yeah.
You can, kids can do that. Like,
Yep.
Shout out to Steve and Crisco, man. All right, another name, Caleb.
I tell you. Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham. Real quick, do
Detroit.
y'all hear the mics going in and out?
Detroit.
good.
No, I'm good. Yeah, Detroit.
Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham, man, like he's very patient. Like he's a patient basketball player. I got a chance to see him when we were in Vegas, like at the summer league. Like very patient player. Like when you see him on the court, you can see his game translating into the league for a very long time. Like you can put him at the 2 guard, you can play him at the 1 because he can play basketball. You know, so I feel like he has a good ceiling. Like he hasn't even reached his full potential as far as like him playing basketball. You could tell he's still naive to a lot of like of the intricacies of how basketball works, but he's that good. You know what I'm saying? He's that athletic, and he's young. So over the next few years, I feel like his overall ceiling is higher than Donovan Mitchell, those type guys. You know what I'm saying? Not no shade to Donovan
No,
Mitchell,
yeah,
but like
yeah.
He
you know,
kinda fell
Donovan
off
Mitchell,
this
he's
year.
a superstar. People are trying to consider him a superstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in a way, but he can reach that type of potential, I believe. So
Yeah.
I really don't watch too much Detroit basketball.
haven't
so
seen
I
him.
really can't speak on Cade. But in the few highlights that I have seen, he seemed like he's ready. You know, he's poised.
poise,
I'll
yeah.
put
Like I
it
said,
like
you
that.
get that from him.
Yeah, I gotta sit down and watch more of his games.
You should
actually watch.
You should watch it. I watched a lot of his games at Oklahoma State. So when he was at Oklahoma State, he was a dog.
Yeah.
Straight dog. His pace, like I said, like Caleb was telling, he's patient. His pace is crazy. I mean, playing the 1 and the 2, he played the 1 and the 2 at Oklahoma State. So basically, he shared a little bit of time at both, and you can see the transition of trying to become an elite point and also a shooting guard. But then going into the NBA and the summer league, you saw the whole transition of becoming like, yo, this kid can play.
Yeah.
He's gonna be an actual like a crazy pro.
Yeah.
Like in the later years coming ahead. I mean, you're talking about 3-4 years. What is he gonna be at? You're saying Donovan Mitchell above Donovan Mitchell? I think so as well. I mean, it's
Out of Detroit,
yeah, out of Detroit
He's
too.
gonna leave Detroit.
he has to.
He has to.
He has to leave Detroit.
Yeah, and to Caleb's point about Donovan Mitchell, for just a quick second.
I knew that was a
No,
subliminal.
here we go.
No, he's
Subliminal call.
but he's kind of right now because we had this conversation weeks ago. He said I feel like Donovan Mitchell has peaked, and we come into this season. Donovan Mitchell is making no noise.
No noise.
He is taking a step way back.
He's
That's
not
why-
hurt.
No, he's not hurt.
No injuries.
No.
This is his 4th year, right?
Yeah, he's taking the. I mean, it
Told
is
you guys. He's
He's
silent.
only been in the league for 4 years.
Yeah. So
Out of Louisville.
Dang, I
I
feel like
love
it's
it.
silent. A little bit longer.
I feel like you can't if you're a
Check that. Check
superstar.
how long he's been in the league.
If you're a superstar and you're going towards that way, you can't have a season. What really makes you a superstar is not having a season where you step back once you start ascending that hill, once we start saying that, oh, he's coming, you can't have a step back season. Because if you have a step back season, it's like, oh, dang, that might have just been a moment, right? Because you look at all the great superstars that we've had since we've been watching. There's never been a step back season until they get right at the end of their career.
Well, didn't we kind of talk about this the other day with Luka? Is he having a step back?
Yeah,
season?
That's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
he's having a step. Well, no, he's
younger. He's younger.
He's still producing though. We're still hearing about Luka. He just came in out of shape.
You asked if Donovan Mitchell was hurt.
Yeah,
right. Just to see if
but
there's
Luka's
any...
numbers are down, and Luka playing.
Yeah,
Luka's
numbers are down.
Either.
His numbers are down a little bit. He's just out of shape. That's the biggest thing with Luka. He came back into the season, so he didn't necessarily take a step back like Donovan. We don't hear nothing about Donovan right now.
I don't hear nothing.
I didn't think about it till the other day. Like I saw their game on TV, and I was like, dang. I was like, Donovan Mitchell still playing. I ain't heard nothing about him.
To tell y'all, man.
I mean, he's averaging 25 right now.
I really haven't been hearing anything about Utah altogether.
Yeah,
to be honest.
it may be in the news, but
I haven't heard anything.
But if you're a superstar, though, I should hear about you just a tiny bit.
Yeah, people giving him superstar status.
Trey, we still talking about Trey Young, and
Have y'all been hearing anything about Dame?
No,
Dame?
Dame's
I haven't heard
hurt.
anything.
I
didn't know Dame was hurt, but I haven't
didn't
heard
know
anything.
either.
I think it was
But even prior to that, I didn't hear anything
injury.
about him.
Yeah.
No, they've been talking about Portland, just but they're riddled by injuries. They've been
all by
injured
injuries.
all season.
Only
Injuries
time
and
I've heard
COVID
about him.
protocol.
Because what's his
is
name?
He needs to leave. That's the only time I've heard about Dame
Because
this season.
Because he's been playing, they're losing because everybody's hurt. That's why
He out there
there's
by
something
himself.
you're hearing. Yeah.
Yeah, and we already knew that Dame couldn't do it by himself.
Because they were talking about Portland when the season started, but then when CJ's lung got punctured, when his lung collapsed, they pretty much stopped talking about Portland because they went on like a super losing streak.
Yeah. When you lose two of your main scorers and
Yeah, we're not talking about you.
6'5",
Yeah.
Unless you winning.
yeah.
But
that was
Donovan, 5 seasons.
5 seasons.
5 seasons.
See?
This year he's averaging 25.
That's cool.
That's
but
cool.
Superstar, his team isn't in the playoff hunt. I don't believe.
25 is
I
really
think
good.
he's a scorer though. He's their number one option.
Y'all know what
though,
I'm
so.
talking about, man.
I know what
You
you're talking about, but if
like,
you can't blame him for not being talked about if his team altogether
Yes,
is not
but
being
as-
talked
but
about.
as-
that's where people are labeling him as
The
a
super, like you're winning games. Like if you scoring 25 should start translating to wins for us. With your experience,
All right, so let's clarify. Does superstar status mean based off of individual skill, or does it mean off of team success? I personally think it's based off of you as an individual.
I think it's based off of individual skill. But when we start talking about superstar, your individual skill, because you're so good as a superstar, should
Elevates.
start translating to some type of elevation of your team.
Okay, but
Somewhere.
there's a lot of players in the league like that.
So I'm saying everybody in the NBA.
There's not
good.
many superstars in the league right now. Besides what?
But I know where
Bron,
Barco's
Steele,
going, though.
KD. Y'all know what I
Know
mean.
where I'm
by
going?
I know where Barco's going with this.
I
though.
don't.
There's a lot of superstars. Look at Bron, for example. We're not doing anything in LA.
Because our superstar hasn't been playing. Our superstar is Anthony Davis.
AD
bro.
is not
So
our
AD.
superstar.
Yes, it is.
Bron's
He is
a
our
superstar.
Robin, if anything.
Bron's our
Bro.
superstar.
He's our Robin and a half.
But to Bron's defense,
I'm not gonna argue it.
Bron is playing superstar
Bron is
basketball.
doing his thing. That's why I
And-
said
but-
individual.
But he has another superstar that is canceling him out.
He's not a superstar, in my opinion, as I've been consistent about.
Russ
And
ain't
I don't know
a
why.
superstar
right now.
I don't know
Westbrook
why
is a
he's
superstar.
labeled. Why?
canceling him out.
Donovan Mitchell's better than Westbrook.
But look, bro, we talked about Westbrook so many times about.
I'm just talking about individual.
Okay,
I'm talking about individual play.
Individually, this man broke a record that they said would never be broken.
4 times.
Cool.
No, that's not cool, bro. This is a triple double, regardless of how you achieve it. It doesn't matter. It was done. It's on the record books. There was they haven't redocumented any data like, oh, that wasn't his rebound. No. For 4 years out of this man's career,
Okay.
he's averaged a triple double, a record that stood for umpteen years. I don't know the specific number. They said it'll never be done again, and he did it 4 times.
Bet.
Won an MVP, had a finals appearance in his career. You know what I'm saying? That labels him as a superstar.
Okay,
bro.
now, Kayla, hold tight. Now, this is why
We
I
had-
said in
and
the
then-
beginning why superstar status should be an individual thing and not transcending to a team thing, because Elijah just said
That's only what a
it should be
superstar's about.
transcending how your team develops. Okay, if you're such a superstar, then we should be seeing your team reflected upon that.
But we got to talk about.
But he's not.
But we got to talk
You did
about.
it 4
pieces, bro.
times in a row, and it was and you were losing. Your team's losing.
But
So
we got
that's
to
the
talk
same
about.
argument for Bron.
Yeah, but we got to talk about what we said
This season, yes.
But we got to talk about what we said earlier, though. Westbrook is coming down. It's not like
Bro,
he's on the way up and
I'm
they're not
hearing
winning.
that it's the 30
no,
thing
but
because
listen,
Bron's 37.
no, I'm saying though, like
Everybody's not
gets better.
LeBron. We've seen throughout history, there's one LeBron.
yeah, but Westbrook is time.
There's one
He's
Kobe.
losing time. Like he's coming down his heel. He was a superstar, even though he still played bad in Oklahoma with those triple doubles. It wasn't the greatest. He was still enough to carry that load a little bit in Oklahoma. But now that he's coming down, like
What
he's
was
a
the load that he was carrying with the losing team?
They
were
weren't.
in the playoffs.
They were in the
bro.
playoffs
When KD left, the
every
Thunder
year.
still made the playoffs.
They made the playoffs every year.
I
On
don't
Westbrook's back.
I don't even remember them making the playoffs.
Yeah, because they lost in the first round every time, but they made it though in the
I mean,
West.
It was
But
such.
come on, without you just
Yeah,
lost a
yeah.
behemoth. You just lost KD. You
So-
just lost half of the
So
will.
yeah, so my critic of him
You lose
has
playoffs.
always been that he just plays bad basketball. Like I think he's a great player. He just plays bad. He plays bad.
plays
He
bad
doesn't
at the wrong
care.
times.
He just doesn't care. He just doesn't care.
I've never been sold on him, and I'm still not
He's a
sold.
superstar. I just think he plays bad. He just makes bad shots,
Bad shots,
decisions,
yeah.
bad
He's
decisions.
had a great career.
But he's a superstar.
You would say he had a great career.
I would say Westbrook
say he had a great career.
I would say, yeah.
6'3", coming out of high school, didn't
got
really
to-
have no D1 offers.
Yeah.
You got, like I say, man.
You got
he's
to play with two of the best players in your generation, Harden, Westbrook. Y'all went to the finals one
Final-
time.
In college, didn't he go to a Final Four, I believe?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
With Kevin
Also-
Love. With Kevin
Got
Love.
an MVP, somebody who should have never won an MVP.
He
and
was
won
five.
one.
He was 5'9" going
So-
into his senior year. He grew to 6'3", bro.
Yeah.
And that's when he started to get in his looks, and he just got UCLA.
That was his only offer.
Like that was one of his only offers that was big time D1, bro. Because he was hooping throughout that. You got to watch that documentary he had.
So
man.
because I'm sounding like a hater now because he's got such a horrible basketball
No.
IQ.
No. We understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying he's coming down.
He's
so
coming down
He's a
off- he had
superstar,
a great
but he's
career.
coming down though. So it's not like
So he's being labeled superstar based off of his first
what
half of his career.
yeah, he's just coming down the mountain now.
No, not even the first half of his career.
Because he's not
First
doing
off-
nothing in this half.
First off, look, what people don't know about Westbrook, man, before Patrick Beverly hurt his knee, this man
he
played
was.
like 9 to 10 consecutive years without getting injured. He played every
Yeah.
game from UCLA up until
That's a big
it's like
point
his
people
7th to
forget.
8th year in the league. He missed no games.
And to your point, he was actually getting better at that point.
That's when
Yeah,
he was, about
he was
to get
actually getting better at that point. Now that Caleb brought
That's
it up,
why he
they were
cannot-
scary at that point before Westbrook got hurt that year.
That's why
they
he
were
can't
very
stand
scared that
Patrick
year.
Beverly, bro. Him and Patrick
Yeah, they were
Beverly
very
always
scared
get
that
into
year. I
quarters.
remember.
He like Westbrook was about to take this league by storm, bro,
was
with that Thunder team. He got hurt his meniscus, then came back in record time almost. Came back, hurt his ACL. He had another injury, and still doing what he's doing now. And to
He got
see
the
that
triple doubles after that.
he got the triple doubles after that.
That was-
KD, and they still
was
were in the
MVP after that,
playoffs.
right?
Yep. That was a big deal. They were very scared that year. They were very scared that year.
Was
They-
K-
that's what
KD
I'm-
there? Is KD?
This
there?
is why
Yeah,
this
KD
is
was
why
there.
KD holds so much weight of why he left to go to Golden State, because they were doing that and they were the only team that had the formula to stop KD and Golden State before they ever become the dynasty that they were.
Mm-hmm.
They were the ones to do it. They had the formula. 3 games to 1.
I'll never forget
Your superstar guy. Westbrook played the same from the beginning of that season to the end of that playoff game. KD, throughout those last 4 minutes, crunch time. I was talking to you about this yesterday at the game. What is considered crunch time? I say it's the last 5 minutes of any game.
Or 2 minutes.
You said 5, I said 2.
Okay, and Justin said 2.
I say 5.
Justin said 2 minutes. I say 5.
I say depending on where the score is and
So hold on.
So much can happen in
That's
5
another
minutes,
one.
man.
Look,
Look,
scores.
this is, you know what I'm saying? I know this is not about Kevin Durant, so it's no shade. But I'm talking about why people give the Westbrook knock is because of what happened. In that series, Kevin Durant is the guy. He's driving and kicking to Serge Ibaka 3 times in a row for a driving kick 3.
Because that season he was knocking down that corner 3.
He was knocking down the corner 3. Big whoop. We're up 3-1. I'm KD. I'm taking the same shots that he's been taking since Texas that he's taking now in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So we're
I'm
not
giving the ball up.
I'm not giving the ball up. I don't
Yeah.
want to
Right.
play the narrative
I
as
agree with
like,
that.
oh, he got better throughout. No, we
I'm
knew
not,
KD. This
yeah.
knew KD
I'm
was.
not Bron, and I'm not going to try to act like it.
I'm not Bron. I'm not doing it. He's kicking out the Serge Ibaka. Brick.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come down again. We get the rebound. Westbrook turns and goes, sprints. KD gets the rebound and hesitates and throws it to Westbrook. Turnover. This is all within the last 4 minutes of that game. They lose.
Ironically, turnover on Westbrook.
look, man, if like I don't have every moment like Bron, tick for tack, minute by minute, but go just look at it. It was some questionable plays by everybody on that team.
Mm-hmm.
The Ibaka missing threes. Who's passing him the ball? Westbrook could have passed him the ball a couple times. KD, I remember passing him the ball in the corner. He already missed 3. Stop passing him the ball. Take this game over. Let's get the Warriors' whole franchise out of here. They done 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on. Let's really win these chips like we supposed to. Did that happen?
No.
They lose.
Joined them.
They lose. The next year, where does KD go?
You can't beat them.
Join them. Like I say, this is what this clears up between me and Justin. I have no knock on KD, but it's the narrative that they push on Westbrook for them almost being on that cuff. They said didn't KD win an MVP in OKC? When KD was in Oklahoma City, he won the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
You're an MVP. Let's score. Let's get this out of here.
But we can't forget either, though.
It was
They lost that game, but Westbrook was running his mouth too. And then that lit a fire. There's certain players you can't run your mouth against, and Steph is one of them guys.
we understand.
Steph is one of them guys. And so, but that's one thing on Westbrook. And me and Mo was talking about that when he was trying to fight Aaron Gordon the other night. Morris sent the video. It's like, dog, you can't do all this woofing and then
that barking
expect nobody
and no
not to
bite.
hit you back in your mouth.
And
that's
AG
what he
didn't even do nothing.
Yeah, and so that's what happened to Westbrook during that series. I believe that they kept talking about stuff. They kept talking about, and it's only a matter of time. You're not going to lock him down. As soon as he got free,
We're not going to do this, bro.
as soon as he got free,
I'm tired of seeing all this.
We can't change that narrative on Westbrook.
No, I'm not. I said that when it was happening. I said it when it was happening. So this ain't nothing new for me. When it was happening, I was at work in the military saying Steph and Clay are about to go crazy. And what happened? The next game, he can't play defense. Steph had like what 5, 6. He went crazy.
Steph went crazy.
He went crazy.
I'll never
And then
forget.
Clay
went
went
crazy for the
Clay
next
went
3
crazy
years.
too.
Then Clay went nuts. And then Clay went nuts. This is why I say Clay is the second best shooter in the NBA. Clay went ridiculous that series, and people forget how impactful Klay Thompson is.
There was one team
He
with one superstar that could have halted all of this. KD, we understand. But the reason why we're knocking
Justin
Westbrook,
got a rebuttal. He ready.
we're trying to go back to history and what Westbrook did in his career and discredit that.
I'm not discrediting that. I'm just saying that was a
I'm talking
fact.
about the narrative on KD. I mean, on Westbrook. They're gonna keep pushing that on Westbrook to discredit everything he did. For what? This man played his heart out. He didn't miss no games.
I give him his flowers for it.
The
I give him his
city
flowers
loved
for it.
him. You know what I'm saying? He was always controversial in the media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He never shied away from who he's been. You know what I'm saying? The only questionable thing about
think-
Westbrook is the way he dressed.
for sure.
That's what people, you know what I'm saying? People knock Westbrook for that.
I think where it all started was, Westbrook kind of had that Damian Lillard mentality with Oklahoma, like loyal to the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's a shocker when he finally does leave. And I think he wanted to leave. He wasn't forced out. He wanted to
Yeah, he
leave.
wanted to, 'cause
So that was the first knock right there. Oh, I thought you was Mr. Loyal.
Well, they're trying to do a rebuild though.
They was trying to rebuild.
Yeah,
They had
Got
to
you,
dump
but
that
he wasn't.
contract.
But he wasn't forced out.
He wasn't going for it.
He
Yeah.
wasn't
They weren't
forced
gonna be
out.
able to pay him.
When I'm that older though too, I'm not going through a rebuild. Like I'm trying to. My career's almost over. Like I'm
Nobody
coming
was
to
going to Oklahoma. That was going to be the only
that's
choice that you. That
No, but
they
they
had to
but
do.
they did. No, they still kept Adam Morris.
Adam
They signed him
Morris.
to
They-
it.
I'ma tell you what they tried to do.
They got Paul George. So they were
No.
looking like they were going to make moves.
Even before that.
And then they
what's the
just
dude's
stopped.
name that got traded from Orlando? Oladipo.
Yeah.
It started with Oladipo.
Yeah, start.
But Oladipo gets hurt too much though. That's
Right,
That's another
but-
reason why.
Matter of fact,
'Cause he got hurt that season.
or did they
Oladipo
get
and Westbrook.
traded for each
They
other?
got right.
I believe they got
that
traded
would've been
for
a
each
problem,
other.
'cause you
No,
couldn't
no,
get
no, no.
Westbrook off the
Oladipo
ball.
was Oladipo played with Westbrook.
See, that's what
Okay.
I'm saying. He got dealt the bad rap, man.
That would've
Westbrook
been
got
tough.
dealt the bad rap.
He could have got off the ball. But they tried, but then once that season fell with
then the-
Melo and them,
and then
they
the-
blew up
yeah,
the
the
team.
Melo
They were like,
and
we're
Paul
going
George.
through a rebuild.
And now you're
He was like,
forcing
I'm gone.
people. Now you're forcing people to think like, well, why is this not working with a superstar in Westbrook? We got Melo, who before got kicked out the league or whatever, and Paul George. Why isn't these guys? Why is it not working?
Because they playing
Why-
with him.
why
they
did
found
KD
out
No,
that-
no.
Why hasn't it
Why
worked?
did KD
Paul
leave?
George
I
had
love
an
that
MVP
question.
Why
season
did
that
KD
year.
leave?
I love that
Paul
question.
George did have an MVP season that year.
I love that question. Listen, so you saying that why doesn't nobody want to work with Westbrook, right? And it hasn't worked.
Not at this point yet. I'm
We
just
can say
saying
this-
why
out
are
of that
things
OKC
piecing together
team,
the way that they're doing.
out of that OKC team that was there when it was Westbrook, Harden, and KD. We can say the same thing for James Harden. Everywhere he's gone,
Well,
hasn't
James
worked.
Harden was a
He
six
went-
man. He was a 6 man on that team.
He was a 6 man, but he left for a
wasn't
big contract to be the number one guy. So he was still on that team. We're not discrediting that. He went to Houston.
But
hasn't worked.
The weight's not on him.
Hasn't
Whose
worked.
team was it?
Houston, though.
Whose team was
I know
was
that's
Oklahoma?
CP3. I know that's
No, not just
CP3's
CP3.
fault.
Hold on, guys. Whose team was Oklahoma?
No, let's not do that.
Was it
CP3
Westbrook
fault.
or was it KD?
Let's not do that
It was
CP3
K-
fault.
It
So
was
the only one
KD's
that
team.
went, the only one
was
that had
KD.
that
It was-
pipeline.
It was KD's team.
Only
And
one
that was
had
the
that-
battle between. It was really the battle between whose team it was.
Whose team it
Westbrook
was?
and KD had nothing to do with James Harden.
It did. What James
No, it
Harden
didn't.
it
Had
did
nothing to
No,
do with
it
James
didn't.
Harden.
It had nothing to do with
It had
James.
It had nothing to do with James.
It
He was a
didn't.
six man, and a lot of people seen the potential in him
Bro, they rather keep
defensively.
They
He was a
wouldn't-
defensive player at first,
They wouldn't have been in the finals.
even though he
if it
couldn't
wasn't
play a lick of defense.
for- That was his knock because he played horrible in the finals.
No,
Yeah, no,
James
Harden.
was supposed to be a great scoring six man, but he was being focused on as being a two man defender. But
No, he was their playmaker too, though.
he was a playmaker. He was a great piece to have. However, has nothing to do with him. Team C, man, this guy can shoot. This guy has an offensive, threatening game. Let's take a chance on him, and that's when he gets shipped off to Houston.
They leveraged.
Once he becomes
They
the
leveraged
prime
him.
guy,
let him
Ship-
go.
They didn't just
Yeah,
ship.
they
let
leveraged
him
him.
go.
they let him go.
He wasn't guarding.
Once he
It's
becomes
like,
to
all right,
Houston,
here, six man.
listen, but listen. Once he gets to Houston, this guy is offensive, like juggernaut.
out of nowhere.
I don't need you to play defense.
the first
Mike
game,
D'Antoni,
that hurt.
whatever his name is. I don't need you to
First
play
game he
defense.
showed up, what he had 37
can
to
shoot
39,
this ball.
and then he went on like 5 straight games of like 38,
30 plus.
40. It was
James
crazy.
Harden was
30.
allowed not to play defense. Not that he couldn't, he was allowed not to.
Yeah.
And now he goes on this hiatus of being a defensive minded player. Now we got clip after clip after clip. This guy just letting guys blow by him
That's a D'Antoni thing to me though, but that's a whole
because he's an
other
offensive
conversation.
coach.
Yeah, I don't
James
like
Harden was.
D'Antoni.
I don't want to play defense. I'm not going to give you my all on defense if all I got to do is just score.
Outscore you. I gotta outscore you.
I'm going to the line 55%.
Yeah, that was that OKC team, man. They messed up. That's all I say. They messed up.
They gave Ibaka
did,
the contract.
They gave that. I don't understand that to this
They
day.
gave. I'll never forget it, bro. They gave this man Ibaka the contract and let James Harden walk away.
Yeah.
like it was nothing.
They were talking.
You saw
about
exactly
it.
what Harden did
Yep.
throughout the season and throughout the playoffs. Yeah, Harden didn't have a great playoff run against Miami.
Yeah, when
He
you running
didn't.
away, what do you expect?
Yeah, we had ran away. It was a whole different ball game. But the fact about it was like you let this man just walk away, and then this man turns around and scores what? Like we just said, 30, 40.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. I remember the
Like,
start of that
I mean,
season.
it's
like it was
crazy, bro.
yesterday.
Hey.
I was like, he's going nuts right now.
He
Because
had
they were
love.
talking about it all summer. They were like, who is OKC going to pick? Are they going to take Harden?
Harden or Ibaka?
And we all at work like, of course we
we'll
taking
take
Harden.
Harden.
Like,
Right.
we can get another big man.
And then
Like,
you sign Ibaka to the big
I
contract.
saw that deal.
I was like, oh,
we was in the office
my
like,
goodness.
this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, they really did that?
Nuts.
That makes absolute no sense.
Well,
We were supposed to go back to the finals that year, bro.
That was.
We were supposed to.
Yeah, that
Justin
was.
would have been able to experience a ring with his favorite player.
Favorite
Like,
player.
Ooh, not if they play Miami. Let's not do that.
No, I'm just saying, like, if everything pieces right, you know,
Y'all wouldn't beat
I
us.
don't think he'll
Yeah,
be
I
able to
think
do
we
it in
would've.
OKC.
Y'all wouldn't
I
beat
think we
us.
would've.
Y'all
Think
wouldn't
we
beat
would've.
us.
Think we would've.
Y'all wouldn't beat us.
Then we would have.
As much as
11, 12, and 13.
Think we
You're
would've.
talking about peak Bron
would've.
Power and Wade was still healthy.
There
Y'all
were
was
no
not- y'all were
nobody
never
had a better
beating
run
us.
than LeBron and South.
Y'all were never beating us. Y'all never beat.
That would have been probably finals matchup of the decade.
They were never going to
be
beat us
honest with you.
dog. You're talking. You got to remember who 2012, 2013 Bron is at this point.
He's a
And
dog.
Wade, and
He's a
Wade
dog.
hasn't come down yet at this point.
You don't have to.
And
compete.
Bosch is still doing his thing. Y'all were not going to beat us, regardless of what y'all say. That Bron was a monster.
LeBron
during
and
that
South
period.
beat LeBron and South
Don't
was
know,
never
man.
Monster.
there. Nobody.
We
beat
just
better
don't
than
know.
LeBron
Yo,
and
E,
South.
select the name, and we got 20 seconds, and we're going to continue this one on the next
I
episode.
don't want to see the name. I saw that name, but Shai Gildress. It was Gildress.
Shy.
Alexander.
Yep.
Alexander.
All right, we got Shy coming up on episode 5, man. It's a good wrap up.
Let's get it.
We're going to see y'all in the next episode. Peace.